How's it going, guys? This is, I need to be quiet because it's still like 5 in the morning, and my roommates probably wake up if I start talking too loud. Okay, so this is my networking closet. I showed it before, but I did even more upgrades to it. I got this piece of wood for free from Home Depot because it was already pre-cut, and I found it, and it's a pretty shitty piece of plywood. Like, whenever you drill into it, it starts splintering. But it's good enough for this. I don't actually have, this is attached to a 2x4. There's two 2x4s on here, on each side. So really, in this wall, there's only 2 holes there into the wall. But then I can nail this as much as I want. Yeah, so I built all these shelves and that by myself. There's a hole behind this because you don't see the wire for this. But there's a hole where the wire's gonna go back. What I'm gonna end up doing is wiring the entire house. I can take this guy off. So basically, I could take that off, wire it, and then I could punch all those things down. So yeah, then I'll have all of the lines just terminate right here. Right now, everything's wired crappily, but you know that's because I still gotta wire my house. It'll also have like the non-Ethernet coming in here, so I'm gonna have a coax, possibly another one for the cable one day. Something with speakers, because I'm gonna have connect speakers up to my garage and control them with subsonic. And then there's something else, but I'm not worried about that. There's my modem, the switch. This is going to be for my this is my LAN. So I'm going to have like all the systems that are connecting to my file server on here. This is my DMZ. I'm going to have my web server, and then once I buy some cameras and install them, probably not for a long time, they're going to all be in here, so it's all pretty internal. IP cameras, and then here I'm going to connect like any other clients. Like if I have people, roommates or something, they'd just be connecting here. So these are all on separate subnets that can't talk to each other. Yeah, so this is my wireless router, AC66U, and there's now a slightly better router out there, the newer version. The only thing is it isn't wall mountable. It kind of sucks. What sucks about this one, it doesn't have an SD card slot. But yeah, it's running DDWRT. It's good enough for now. So yeah, there we go. I got everything mounted. Okay, so then here's my KVM. Bought this for about $10 on eBay. I have a PS2 keyboard and monitor hooked up, and I'm on input 4 with there's nothing in. I can press input 1. You can see there's the pfSense menu. I could mess with that. Input 2 is my web server. Basically, I'm going to run a bunch of websites, and I'm going to run my own cloud instance on here as well, instead of running it on FreeNAS, just because this one's pretty fast. It's on mirrored SSDs, and I configured everything using, like, you know, a database and everything backend. So I'm going to just have a single database in here. The way I configured this web server is actually pretty sick. I have like multiple jails. I have each one hosting different PHP instances, and then I have one jail hosting the MySQL. So then they all talk to each other using sockets, using a nullfs mount. And then I have, on the host system, I have an Nginx web server, and it talks to each of the PHPs using their PHP sockets, because it can look into the jail just easily, so it doesn't even need that nullfs mount. So this entire system's networked, even though it's not using IP to talk to each other. So it's pretty sick. It's talking to each other all through sockets. So there's almost no overhead of using IP traffic, though it shouldn't matter. This is the web server right here. About this, it has dual Intel 320 SSDs in mirrored. The root file system is actually on ZFS, and what else could I say about it? It's got 16 gigs of RAM, has an i5 2500 non-K version. So I'm going to try to do a lot of stuff with it. I'm going to have my websites on there, which I'm already going to put that on. That's easy. I already have documented all the steps for that. I'm going to have my own cloud instance on here, though my own cloud files are actually going to be hosted on my file server down here. This is running FreeNAS. And then I'm going to have my what was the last thing? oh, one day I'm going to set up ZoneMinder as well once I can set up cameras. And they'll be talking to IP cameras. And then finally, I'll probably set up a NZB instance. It's kind of like, it's a fork of NewsNab. I was running one before, and I'll just run that because I have so many systems now that could use that. Like my FreeNAS would be downloading stuff, so it would connect to that. My sister's house has a system. I might eventually build one for my parents, and my cousin will have a system as well. So, and then plus I know other people online who could use a NewsNab instance as well. And I'll just run it and only index TV shows and movies. So yeah, it's my pfSense box, web server running FreeBSD 10, and then my file server running FreeNAS. Here's all the UPSs. So everything isn't wired the way it should be. Once this is done, you'll see almost no wires. Everything will just basically come out and terminate in the back. There'll be a bundle that goes up and into here, and then there'll be some that go into here. So it'll look a lot cleaner. So it's pretty sick. You can click 1, get to the pfSense, click 2, get to web server, and then click 3 and get to FreeNAS. And then I can just type. Wherever you can see, I can type in there. So anyway, that's my setup. I also need to experiment with heat because this is an i5. It's going to start pushing out heat once I'm running an NZB or a NewsNab indexer. It can really push it because it's doing a lot of processing. And I would figure also running a ZoneMinder instance, processing all those IP cameras can push it too. So it might produce a lot of heat, so I might eventually have to put a vent out the top of this into the ventilation system. That's going to be a ton of work. I'm also going to probably put a dedicated circuit into this closet as well. So it's not like it uses a lot of power, but I just don't want this stuff to get turned off just because someone's running their blow dryer in the other room. So yeah, there's the UPSs. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Still gonna clean up the wires and stuff, but I just wanted to show what I've gotten done so far. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.